Let me fix this thing. Okay, so real quick, I had a great conversation with another veteran yesterday. He was in the National Guard. Either way, we were just shooting the breeze, and he's I forgot what his MOS is, but I was an 92 golf, a cook or a spoon as they call us, or they referred to us. Um, I like to think that I was one of the best. I think they call them culinary specialists now. Um, so when I was in basic training, there was over 90 soldiers in was it Bravo Company? It was a lot of us. So the director of the program came. We were all in the room, and he came in and asked, "Who here has cooking skills?" So I believe 11 of us raised our hand, and we were given the opportunity to pretty much do like not necessarily Hell's Kitchen, but we were tested on our skills. Everybody had a station, had a prep table, stove, anything you needed. So the chef, because there are chefs in the military, he was an E7, and he would give us we started early in the morning, and we would go through what needed to be done, and he would give us a recipe card, and we needed to follow the recipe card, create the product, yada yada yada. So I got a first look and taste of how military food is prepared. So when I got to my first food duty station, which was in Fort Hood, I couldn't help but notice the rations, the ingredients that we use are not. We talk about how soldiers are overweight and all that stuff, but the ingredients, the food, the meats, the cheese, the everything, it's not good. And the way they make the gravy, and the oil that they use to make the gravy, the macaroni and cheese. I don't think we use fresh eggs, but when they make them to order, there's no. Sometimes we will use field eggs. Now, field eggs were powder, and you add water, and then you get the egg mix, whatever. But I'm just here to say that if this guy, who's the director of the military right now, I'm not gonna mention his name because I don't need to, really wants to make a change. There's no fresh herbs in the kitchen. There's no fresh anything unless it's meat. And 9 times out of 10, it's frozen. You gotta thaw it out. Fish is frozen. Now, I know it's a huge institution. It's a corporation, whatever you want to name it. But why can't the soldiers have better products? We are, at least I know I was when I was in the military. We have to stay in shape. We work out every day except for Saturday and Sunday. But as a cook, you work pretty much every day. But I always kept myself intact. But I would eat in the defect, but I wouldn't eat, like, I would never get gravies and biscuits. Obviously, that's not a health choice. But the ingredients are not. They're horrible. And my last station was in Germany, and I was part of the culinary arts team representing Europe in the competition. I did it 2 years in a row, and we would get fresh fish and basil and all the herbs, garlic, you name it. Heavy cream, powdered sugar, buttermilk, unsalted butter, They don't have that in any of the. Now, I've been out for quite some time, but I just don't think it's fair for the soldiers, for any branch, regardless. Um, the product is bad, and I can attest to it because I was a 92 Golf, and as you can see here, I have it there on my arm, but it's just not good. And RFK Jr. talks all this smack, but he's not. How come he's not focused on the military, let alone out here? But no, 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 no. It's just not right.